Welcome to another video on Power Query series. Today we will look at adding a custom column using custom column from example feature, which is AI based and tries to guess the pattern. The main benefit of it is that you don't have to write the whole M code or the formula for it. It will generate code by itself. We will look at 4 basic examples to help understand the concept. For first example, we'll try to create a column which would say male if the gender column has M in it and female if the gender column has F in it. For our second example, we'll extract day name like Monday, Tuesday from a given date. Third example would be to extract domain from an email address, that is the portion after the @. For our fourth example, we will extract specific text between IP addresses. The random data we are getting is from mobilefish.com. I will add the link in the description. The data we are getting in is separated by semicolon. So what we are going to do is we will copy and paste all of the data and we will save it in a notepad file. So we'll create a new notepad file, say sample zip data, and you copy and paste all of the data in it. Click on save and close. So let's close it. Now let's create a new Excel file, save it in location and open it. We will also copy the link for the CSV file. So let's copy the link. Within the Excel file, we will go to data tab. We will click on from text/CSV. And here we will give the link to the CSV file we copied earlier. Now the benefit of connecting with this CSV file directly is that whenever the CSV file gets updated, our Power Query or the Excel table will get updated automatically. A quick preview shows that Excel has guessed the delimiter correctly as semicolon, you can see here. So let's say if I select something else, the data will be incorrect. So let me select the semicolon back. We don't need to change this one because it seems like it's already working. And the data type detection, this seems okay at first 200 rows as well. Let's click on transform data. For our first step, let's rename our query. Let's promote the first rows as headers. Now for some reason it has changed all of the data types into text. So we are going to change few data types. For example, the date column needs to be in the date format. So click on it and click on date. Now let's go ahead and start adding our columns using custom column from example. So we will head over to add column tab. The way this works is that you will have to select the column that you want, and then you go from custom column from examples and from selection. So if you just want to work on this column, then you will select from selection. If you want to select all of the columns, then select from all columns. For this example, we will say from selection. Now let's rename the columns. So let's say day of week. Now, as soon as you double click on this, it will show you all of the options that you can use. So you could add the month name, could add the day name and the other options as well. You can explore these on your own. So let's click on day of the week name, double click on it, click on enter, and we can see that this has filled all of those day names here. Let's click on OK, and this will create a new column, and you can see this has given the M code for it as well, which we do not need to write. Click on OK, and we have this column in our data table now. For our second example, we have a column that says gender as M and F. So M for male, F for female. Only if I can find it. All right here. So what we want to do is we want to create a new column where if this row has F value, it will say female, and if it has M in it, that should say as male. So let's select this column, go to here from selection, and what you're going to do is you will add the value that you want the F to correspond to. So we will write female, click on OK. All right, so we can see it has successfully entered female for all of the rows, but for male it has added male, which is obviously not correct. So what we can do is we will double click on it and add the correct one. So Power Query knows that what it guessed was not correct and has to use this value for M. So if we look at the M code, we can see that it has added an if else, so female for F and M for male. So far so good. Click on OK. We forgot to change the column name, so we can change it directly in the M code right here. So let's say gender full. Let's move on to our third example. Let's extract the domain names from the email IDs. So let's say you want to look at what different domains you're receiving emails from. The domain part is the one that is after the @ sign till the end. Select a column, click on column from examples, from selection. For the first row, we will give it the value we want to return. So we will say internet-mail.org. And as you can see, it has tried to guess our pattern, and it has correctly guessed it and returned all of the values after @, which is the domain name. So let's rename our column, email domain name, and click on OK. And if you look at the M code, you can see it says text after delimiter @, which is correct. Now for our last example, which is our fourth example, let's say we have this IP address here. Let me scroll it. So let's say we have IP address here, and by pattern, if we look at it, we have 4 different sections of it. So this is the first section separated by period, and then another section, and in total 4 sections. So let's say for whatever reason we want to look at third section of it. Select the column from example from selection, and this value will be 1, and for the next one it should be 36, 140. So let's add 1 here, and let's see if it's able to guess correctly. Right, this is not correct. So let's say for here we will say 36, and seems like it has picked up. So 140, 115, 139 to 55. Looks like now it is correct. And if we look at the M code, it says text between delimiters, IP address, period, and then there's 1. Don't fully understand the M code, but it looks like it has extracted it correctly. So we'll say IP address, third section. Click on OK, and we have our desired column. You can click on Home tab, click on Close and Load, and it will save the queries as an Excel table. And whenever you upload or refresh data in the CSV file, this query will continue to update as long as you right click on it, click on refresh, and the query will update. Right, so that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the content and if you have any ideas on what topics you guys are interested I should make videos on, please let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you next time.